Hello everyone, this is Clusterfox from Cameron's Combat Services. Today, in this episode for Elite Dangerous, I want to talk about rescue missions. Specifically, rescue missions to rank up in reputation with a faction in the Imperial Navy or in the Federal Navy. So, to do that, there's a misunderstanding between reputation and influence. Reputation is your standing with a faction, as an influence is this faction's standing within other factions in the system. So the more influence you give as a reward, the better a faction is going to do against the other ones, and the more reputation you get as a reward, the better you are going to do with this faction. So what interests us is reputation. So now, one of the best ways to build reputation is rescue missions from burning stations. So first, we need to figure out which stations are burning. So, I'm in the cockpit of my ship right now. Let's go through the first step. First step is to figure out which systems are burning under target attack. So for this, I'm going to look on the right and then go under Galnet News and check my Targoid report. Targoid activity report, and I'm looking for Starport status update. Target attacks have been reported in the following systems. And these are systems that I can now plug into EDDB. And the idea is to look at the minor factions that are within those systems. So, I looked at Seleno, nothing. Looked at Asteropo, nothing. Atlas, nothing. Let's check Onoros. We go under eddb.io, type in the system names, the minor factions tab, 3 factions aligned with the Empire, 1 with the Alliance. It's a great system to build reputation with. So, let's use that one. We are in Onoros. I'm at the rescue ship. What's interesting now is that the rescue ship, as you can see, is orbiting the station. The distance is quite close. We're talking about only 2 megameters, which is awesome because we don't actually need to slow down from supercruise when we get from one to the other. And you're going to see that when I go to how to optimize your workflow. So the next step now is to build a ship that works well for rescuing passengers. Let's talk about the build. I'm using the Python because the Python is a medium ship. It uses a medium pad. It has by far the most passenger capacity of any medium. It's actually not that far from the large ships. And it doesn't cost too much. It's accessible. It's a pretty well-rounded search and rescue ship. It's just good for the job. Okay, let's talk about a few things. This build is optimized for maneuverability and speed, and it just has like a ton of passenger modules. Hard points, nothing. Easy. Utility mounts. I might have a little extra here, but heat-sink launchers are essential for rescue missions because it's burning inside the station, which means you're gonna build heat. So you have to dispense the heat sinks to control your heat. I recommend more heat sinks than less because it always gives you a little bit of slush in case you get stuck against a structure or something. I have a shield booster as well because sometimes you might hit something or you can have an explosion throwing you around. Core internals, everything is built for speed. I have the minimal power plant I want. I take an alpha just because this is what I had on hand. Good thrusters, I have dirty tuned them. Frameshift drive, the best one I could get simply because I want to get there. I could change that to a D-rated one if I wanted once I get there. I don't think it's necessary. Everything else, it's D-rated for weight savings. Optional internal now, as you can see, it's just a ton of passenger cabins with a 4 alpha shield generator because I want to have the smallest shield I can run just in case I run into something. It's good to have the protection. I don't have a 1 Echo economy class passenger cabin because they don't exist, so I left my digital surface scanner in there. That's it. That's the build. Super easy. Max your passenger modules. Now, in order to get there, you might want a fuel scoop. So my tip is to buy a passenger module, store it, buy the fuel scoop, fly to your system, and then once you get there, get your passenger module shipped to that station. Make sure it's the rescue ship, not the burning station, because the burning station will not have outfitting services. Get that passenger module shipped, equip it on your ship, and now you are maxed out on passengers. That's it for the build. Let's talk about the workflow. So let's get there. I'm gonna try to boost as much as I can and be as effective as I can, slowing down and accelerating towards my target so I can save the most time to get as many passengers as quickly as possible. Let's do that. Launching. I'm gonna retract the gear as soon as I'm there, already selecting my target. I know where it is, so I'm gonna retract the gear and start boosting towards it as soon as I'm off the pad. There it is, rise up. Let's go, full power, blast, and boost. This is the reason I have a 7 Delta distributor, so I can basically boost my way away from the station or the rescue ship as soon as I can. As soon as I'm not mass locked, I charge. I'm still gonna be full power until I'm within range of the station. I don't need to slow down, that's good. I'm full throttle the whole time. There it is, disengage. And now I'm gonna point myself with this ship. I can just point myself like this and boost. While I'm boosting,
Commander,
I'm gonna
we're doing our best
cross-docking.
to stabilize this facility following a major incident. Be vigilant and keep clear of any damaged sections of the station.
And now I'm gonna slow myself
Access
down.
granted, Commander. Manual control only from here
Landing
on.
gear, slowing myself down. Now inside the station, it is burning. That means we're gonna have to use those heat sinks as soon as we get in there. As you can see, I'm doing the most effective time critical approach and get in there. Now once my temperature starts rising, I'm gonna throw a heat sink. Otherwise I'm going aiming straight for the pad. As you see, there's a lot of debris.
Unsafe by
It's heat
alliance
sink time.
authorities. We cannot guarantee your safety once you
Going
get
for
inside.
here we go. We're doing search and rescue. We don't have to be gentle with the pad. Let's crash ourselves in there. Okay, back lounge and load the passengers.
Pad elevator.
Now we have time to do this. As we are getting in the hangar, we don't overheat while in the hangar. So I'm gonna choose missions that allow me to have more reputation. And just fill the hole. Start with the bigger, the missions with a lot more refugees at the beginning. To fill your hold, and then there's smaller numbers. Just use the smaller numbers to round it out. Just filling the hold here. The mission critical message is everybody whining to get out as soon as possible. You can ignore that, you don't even need to read it. So this is where the smaller numbers start coming in handy. Can now take 7. Can now take 3. I'm gonna take those 2, and we'll have 1 cabin not used. Okay. Let's launch. As soon as we're off the pad, we have to throw a heat sink because we're starting to take damage. So launching, efficiency, rescue ship selected. We're gonna be off the pad, as you can see. There it is. We're gonna get heat levels as soon as I'm off the pad. I'm throwing a heat sink. There it is.
Engines to full. Don't stay in here for longer than you have to.
So where's the pad? Avoid the debris. And as soon as you're out, you aim yourself and you boost. Boost stern. It's the quickest way to get yourself pointed there. And keep boosting until you're out of the range. Waiting for the mass lock. There it is.
Drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Again, full power, going back to the rescue ship. No need to slow down. It's gonna get to around 5 seconds, and there it is. Disengage. Rescue ship. Put yourself towards the middle, and once you're within 7.5, request docking. There's our pad. Now, a good thing to do is figure out which distance is the best for decelerating. So I know about 2.8. I can just idle, and I'm gonna make it to the pad right there. It's my most efficient kind of distance. So now I can start maneuvering to get myself on the pad quickly. And just make my trips as efficient as I can. Just overshot that a little bit. Starport services. Restock. Heat sinks. Pax lounge. Okay. Now selecting the payouts. What I'm looking for is the images here. I'm looking for a star for reputation, because that's what gives you rank with the Navy. Or I'm clicking credits if there's none. So star, back, no star. That's influence. That's making the faction more important. I don't care about that. I want the credits then. Star. It's kind of like a memory game at this point, and you can just get all the payouts really quickly. If you need materials, you can also look for those materials you need, but it's most likely rarity 1 materials, which are not really important. So there we are. We got all the payouts, and at this point it's simply rinse and repeat. It's gonna take about 4 back and forth runs before the station is depleted in terms of missions. This takes me about 20 minutes every time because of the efficient flying, and then if I wait about half an hour, the missions have refreshed enough that I can start a new run. So speaking about the workflow, remember, boost away, try to unmask lock as soon as you can, then make the most effective approach, smash yourself on those landing pads, try not to overshoot. That comes with practice, and it's all about picking those rewards and those missions quickly. So I don't do this for money. I don't have any ads. If you like it, just subscribe. Please leave comments below if you have any other little tips and tricks for other commanders to look at in terms of rescue missions. If you have nice ship builds with something else, also you can post them in there. It's always interesting to see what people have come up with. I know the Anaconda is pretty good. I don't think I would run an Anaconda or a T10 into a burning station like that where it's a little bit tight. But thanks for watching, and please share this video if you liked it. I'm Clusterfox, and stay dangerous out there. Clusterfox out.